Hi Anirudh, thank you so much for your time and joining us on Blitz Business. It's a pleasure to have you.
Hey, Ashish, thank you so much again for inviting me in. It's a pleasure for us being part of your studio, being part of your journey. So I would love to talk about me a lot here. I think let's see how it goes.
Awesome, let's get started. So Anirudh, before talking about business, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I have been an engineer, started working with Infosys. I think way back in 2015, passing out from my engineering background. I've always wanted to be part of the business since my family has been into some part of the businesses. But it was my journey that took me here. Did my work, started by working with from Infosys, worked there for 2 years, learned lot of things which I always wanted to do, and that's where that instinct that was there, like how the things and basically in analytics that was growing that time. That was an area of kicking that why I should start again, and that's where post my college, post my engineering, and then I started moving towards on core analytics. As since I was a tech background, I always wanted to be part of that journey. Hence, Trailytics started in the 20 post I did my MBA from Lucknow. That's the part of Trailytics journey, and that's about a little about me being a techie guy.
Got it. In one line, so what do you guys do at your current company?
So Trailytics is all about our data mining company where we focus on how we can enable analytics or data respected to multiple domains. The area of focus for currently we happen to work on e-commerce segment, and e-commerce is booming drastically post COVID. And going forward, the thought is with quick commerce moving into an area where it's just a little 10 minutes delivery, we are trying to make it more user friendly, more analytics driven, where the brands which are available on quick commerce or marketplaces can understand how their product is working, how their product is behaving with respect to their competition. And that's the focus of our business also, to drive intelligence in quick commerce journey to the brands.
So for example, give us an example, Anirudh, to better understand like what's the use case, for example.
For example, a brand like Cadbury, they are available on Blinkit, Zepto, Instamart. The thought for them is how they can be visible to the customer, and if their sales is dropping, what is the reason behind that. So we not just talk about your availability, your competition performance, but we talk about a root cause analysis. So as a company, we try to focus on giving you a complete bird eye view of your entire business in a single tool. That's one of the area we work with. So for example, if Cadbury is going out of stock in Gurgaon, what could be the reason behind that? Is it that their supply chain was not performing well? Is it that their marketing was a problem for them? Or is it that they have not done sales from their warehouse to the channel or the customer? So,
Mm-hmm.
to understand the root cause, what is impacting my business, that's where we come into picture. So, ideally, there have been analytics around supply chain, logistics, marketing, but they are in silos. What we have focused on is giving them a real-time root cause analysis. And that's where Trailytics comes into picture. So ideally, the any key account manager or an account manager who does it end of the month, they can do it real time the way we work it. And we are not a SaaS company. We act as a consultant to the platforms or the brands where we understand their problem statement and build solution for them.
So, for example, so how are you then getting the data? Then that becomes the critical aspect, right? So, what is the data
Exactly.
for
So
all of
since
this?
yeah, exactly. The thought is very, very, very clear. So the data is not a problem for brands. They have a huge data. What we did is, since we're a tech-enabled company, we made our own APIs which integrates with their platform. So we integrate with their SAP, we integrate with their CRM, we integrate with their seller portals, or we integrate with their marketing data in a real-time basis. So once you have a plethora of our data, you can run your own models to optimize the data in the right direction or in an actionable form. That's where Trailytics comes into picture. And we, as we talked about, we are into analytics. So data is never a problem for us. We love to play with the data. So as big the data is, we have made our models, machine learning models, which runs on a real-time basis, talks about what could be your inventory for the next 10 days, what could be your POs for the next 10 days. So that's where we work on the real-time modeling. We are making our own co-pilots where you can get you're not even dependent on the dashboards. You get a real-time highlights from that data on an everyday basis.
So let me ask you now then different question. So like I think yesterday only ChatGPT released O3, right? AI is making moves. So how does it impact your business? For example, like these models are super good right now, right? I mean, it's a very plug and play sort of format happening. You have the data, you can just do it by yourself. Why not? So does it impact you guys?
Not at all. So ChatGPT would not be having their internal sales data. ChatGPT would not be having their internal marketing data,
No, sure.
right?
You can
They
always
are
connect
just
that. You can connect
sorry.
that data. You can connect that data and run the models or
No,
whatever
so
analytics you.
we are not selling them a machine learning model. We are working as a enabler to optimize their e-commerce journey. So for that, you need to have a good amount of internal data to play around with it. Absolutely. First, you have to merge that data in the right format, and then you can add ChatGPT over it.
No, that also piece can ChatGPT can do really well. Like the current benchmark has come in terms of any way of merging, etc. Like for example, like in O3, it has beaten like some performance benchmark which came. The numbers are fabulous, right? So I mean, from that front, like end to end, from data integration, merging, whatever is needed. I mean,
No. So you have to understand, we are not giving a model. We are trying to talk about something, let's suppose, which is publicly available. Example, Cadbury price is of dairy bill 10 gram is available at 10 rupees on Blinkit, and it is out of stock in Bangalore, for example. That data has to be first captured. Then you can run any model. And that data has to be integrated with your supply chain system. What is their inventory in Bangalore? What is their turnaround time from warehouse to their Cadbury's warehouse, or example, Zepto's warehouse? So that data has to be integrated. If ChatGPT can do everything, then there is no thought of having big MNCs doing their work. So first you have the ChatGPT can work on some data which is presented from raw to structured format. That structured format has to be created once.
mhm.
It can ease your life, but it cannot surpass the complete tech or which is available.
And so you're not believer in ChatGPT. अभी मतलब ChatGPT ज्यादा अभी-
I am a totally believer. So we work on ChatGPT.
okay,
ChatGPT can ease your life in the right direction. That you need to understand that first.
okay.
It can first, but that enabler of APIs integration, data mining, big data will always be there. They are thus they can succeed over that, but they cannot just make the base of that. So we have to make the base first.
So in this space of commerce, quick commerce, what are the other? Let's talk about the industry a little bit in terms of what are the big opportunities other than this. Like what are the other opportunities? Someone looking to start something, build something in this. What are those top three, top five opportunities in e-commerce, quick commerce space?
So quick commerce is gonna be the in the next 2 years is gonna be, I believe every customer in tier one has moved towards quick commerce. In tier two, tier three, it will take some time, but gradually it will also succeed the local kirana stores as well. But the opportunity is humongous in quick commerce. Being available in 10 minutes, being from electronics, big appliances will also be the part of going to be the part of quick commerce in 2025, 2026. So we need to move towards quick commerce. We need to analyze that quick commerce journey as well. And being a brand, now Blinkit warehouse also has a limited space. So how you can make sure that you are available to their warehouse? You have to make sure that you have to be as much flexible with respect to the price, with respect to the costing to work with Blinkit. So in the going 25 plan would always be booming your business through quick commerce, and started believing that Amazon and Flipkart will also move towards quick commerce journey. And that's the turnaround time that we also have to understand going forward.
So what is that software solutions which are needed right now in this space?
So first thing is to understand data. I believe not just having solutions, it's all about they are having 900 dark stores. Blinkit has 900 dark stores. To understand you are available on that 900 dark stores is the first and the most priority. Because in a category like anywhere, if you are not available in that particular location, you are missing out your sales and you are asking your competition to take that step directly. Visibility is very important. Along with that, your availability should also be mapped about are you appearing in top 10 or not. Visibility with respect to in each category is also very important. And that can be driven by human intelligence. A chat GPT cannot do that. In where you, what to focus on, where you need to be available, what ranking are you looking right now, how you can improve your ranking. That's where yeah, intelligence of human will come in, and that's where Trailytics jumps into picture. They act as your consultant and help you drive your optimization on the quick commerce journey across dark stores.
Understood. Got it. So Anirudh, then moving forward, so have you guys raised any fund? So what is your fundraising journey so far?
So I think we are still we still at our own. We have not raised any money till now. We are looking in 2025 that we would like to be part of that investor journey where we would like to scale ourselves, not just limited to e-commerce but also to other domains. While we have also domains around pharma, telecom, automobile, but we wanted to scale our team, and that's where we might be looking for in 2025 or 26 plan.
And what is your current traction so far?
So we are highly tracked. We work with globally 500 plus brands across globe, and as big as Procter and Gamble to as a good startups like Bella Vita. So we have scaled a lot, and we gain tractions from pharma brands, from e-commerce brands, from telecom brands. We work with one of the finest of the brands across globe in terms of analytics. Since we are a part of core analytics and a marketing agency now, so we have been scaling with every year with respect to the brands we work with. And as we enter, we're not just limited to e-commerce. We focus on supply chain, logistics. So that's area of the domain for us.
So what do you mean you're part of a core marketing like analytics?
So we also do a lot of marketing research and marketing analytics as well. So we have our own campaign automation. So that thought is very simple. Wherever a tech can be involved, we are trying to enter that area. Marketing is a humongous space again for us. So a lot of challenges comes when you try to manage a campaign on Amazon, Flipkart, Zepto, Instamart. It is all manual driven. You see the data, you do a bid optimization going it manually. We made sure how we can automate that process. So we made a tool which automatically optimize a bits basis the data they read itself. So for example, if my ROAS is going down, I would like to decrease the bits automatically. So if you look at there are 100 campaigns where which are not performing well, and a team has to go directly optimize by the bits manually. If that can be driven by an automation, why not? That's where we made our own tool called Ad Auto, which optimizes the bits on a real time basis by seeing the data, removing any manual intervention. That's a part of it, beauty of a tech enabled company. So we enter into anywhere where we can help the process automation.
And what was that story in terms of Anirudh getting your first customer?
Honestly, it's a long journey, and I thank to Jay. So while I was working in one of the company named WNS, I got a kick, a COVID hit, and I was just wondering how I can do something. So I was just talking to one of my But then my first client was Procter and Gamble, and I was talking to the CIO on LinkedIn. I was just driving some messages. If you're looking for some any solutions around e-commerce, since e-commerce was booming that time, so he gave me a small case study to solve. I did 2 days, solved that case study, shared it on an email, and I got my first project. And it even I my company was not registered. They got us registered first, and then there is no look back. From PNG having that brand name with us, we scaled across multiple brands basis that recommendation, basis that feedback, basis that credibility that we have generated. And I'm still very much fortunate for PNG giving me a chance.
Wow, that's a really fantastic story.
Yeah, exactly. So I think COVID helped me in some of the other ways. Working from home and solving a case study was enabler for us.
So what was that case study?
So the problem statement for them was Amazon was scaling up on mobile application and the data was and everybody's moving towards app. Now they wanted to analyze their campaigns which are running on their mobile apps, not on the web. So they wanted to understand how they can look at are their campaigns really working on Amazon app or not, and that too on a real time basis across multiple locations. So Amazon app has different ads for different locations. So how they can make sure that their ad is running on all the locations and on a different keywords. So that's where analytics. We made our own APIs which crawl the data from app specifically and giving them a real time results.
Wow. Wow. And then what was that journey on building, getting second, third? How easy or difficult was? Because getting first, yes, it sets you and moves you, it sets the motion. But second, third team, what was that sort of?
I think one thing I focused. So I'm a tech guy, so I never had any understanding of marketing. I was the only sole guy who was doing everything from business development to writing codes to whatnot. And I was also working then, so I cannot do a lot of things then and to do a marketing also because I have my own. I was driving some salaries from a different company. So the thought was very, very clear. So I focused on trying to reach out to the larger, bigger companies, talking about the solutions which were not available to them. Because the problem statement for PNG will be a problem statement for every other company as well,
Hmm.
right? And since I have solved that problem, I tried to reach out through emails, talking about is this the problem I'm trying to solve? Would you like to look at the this particular statement what we have done? And I think I got few replies after 5 months, 6 months. Did some demo, and then I think my second client was Wipro, and I think that's how the journey has been. And having two brand names, we got certain references since I worked with them. So references and networking came helped a lot. So they referred to us some of their brands which are looking for the solutions, and that's how it has been till now.
Wonderful. So then what is the milestone, Anirudh, for you now? Like, what are the things you're planning to achieve for, let's say, next year, next couple of years? Like,
Exactly. So my vision is very simple. I just don't want to restrict myself from one domain. I wanted to be, I'm looking to compete myself with brands as big as we can say Ratan Tata's, TCS. So I wanted to be a company like that. Along with that, my vision is to bring some sustainable solution to the brands, not just limited to a driving some services based company, but solving a bigger problem for the brands. And that problem will be solved once you understand the journey of the business, because still there are multiple problem statement but they are generic in nature. They are not limited to certain brands, so we are trying to solve the brand problems, and that's how you bring some utility to the brands also. So my vision is to to be a uh, compare myself or be the smaller version of TCS, and that's why I'm forcing in the next 4 years.
wonderful. So where are you currently based? Where is your team? How's the
My
setup?
team is based out of Gurgaon, and we have based our offices in Canada, and Singapore as well. Still, yes, starting our journey in some of the other areas like Bangalore and Mumbai as well in 25 plan.
So how come Canada and Singapore very, very
So we wanted to
different?
make some our regional teams as well, regional sales team. because it's easy if you are based out of US or Canada, you can grab certain markets out there. And
Mhm.
Singapore also for Southeast Asia market. So our sales team sits there.
So how was that journey of opening international office?
Again, the problem statement is no limited to us. So I think one of my friends who is also my partner in my company has his brother based out of Canada. So he helped his home to be part of the first office in Canada, and that's once it started. We booked a new office out of Canada. He helped me drive that, and again, it's all relationships which help you a lot in
Wow.
business.
You have very interesting stories, but you're holding it back. I can see. So
Yeah, so I think
one story which is like which blew your mind, like when you were running the business, you were like amazing. Like these things also can happen, like something totally out of the box.
honestly, one of the biggest fun in my life was while in 2020, while I was just started my business, I got a call from a very big firms as big as AT Kearney, KPMG, and I'm not sure where they got our references, and they reached out that we are looking for some partners who have so basically we were part of the companies where we were pitching from bigger brands like Infosys, TCS. They were pitching, and we were also part of that journey. While I was one brand, one team member, and I'm not sure how I got my name there.
Wow.
And once we reached out that I am going to compete with Infosys, I directly told AT Kearney that how I can be being with them. And but it was fun. We had a lot of rounds of introductions, lot of things. We got a chance. We were runner up there because I involved my family also in that projects then. But it was fun. We got traction to that, and that I think that thing helped me a lot because from there we got a good networking. So I think that was a Singapore based project, and I think it was fun, and I still remember that day working in whole night make that proposals. I don't know how to make proposals. I took my brother-in-law, helped me out. He helped me out, and that was a good time.
Wow, that's really inspiring, Anirudh. Your story, the journey, the product. It's always good to have guests like you in terms of we're building something meaningful for corporates. It's a very hard business, I must tell you that for sure. B2B is not
Absolutely
easy. Yeah, B2B
correct.
is not easy at all. Yeah. Anything you like to share, Anirudh, from your side? I can see we are reaching the time, but any thoughts from your side?
No, Ashish, I think I believe that both of the sides of the journey is important. That I was working, I'm now an entrepreneur. So I think that's the once you deep dive into an ocean, you will learn how to swim. It's all about your way how you look at that thing. You have to be keep morally up every time. And I've seen bad faces every day is a different day. That is very important. So how you cope that thing with you, and that is something I want to talk to my younger entrepreneurs who are going to deep dive into that, because I've still not done anything meaningful. I still see I have a lot to learn, but a little journey which from which I can understand is you have to bear with whatever is going on. There will be low moments, there will be high moments, so you have to be on your pace every on your toes every day. So
And
that's
how do
all
you do?
from my end also.
But that is such a deep thought. But how do you keep that morale up always? What's the trick?
नहीं होता यार, नहीं होता.
Exactly.
Something for sure will come up.
What was that? If I can ask Anirudh, the you felt really low. What was that moment like? All entrepreneur face, but
Sure. I felt very low when you're driving very hard work. And very important thing which I believe is not getting the business is not important. Having a good team is very important. So whenever your good team member leaves you, or they when you are working hard and suddenly you get to know that that guy is trying to look for something else, and you are believing on them because you have bet on them for to get a new business out of that. There are times you feel low to do a people management is the toughest thing in business, I believe. You can get good business, you can get everything. If you have a good team, you can do anything. If you don't have a good team, you cannot do. So I believe there are very low times with respect to where I was planning something and some other competition. That's my thought always.
I think that's very true. क्या ही होगा देख लेंगे ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा. Perfect, perfect. No, Anirudh, thank you so much for this candid thought process and sharing with you. I wish we could have more time, but really appreciate taking your time out and being so candid with us. Thank you so much.
Sure, Ashish. Thank you so much for your time also, and it was pleasure having team like you helping us also giving our thoughts, and I think this will help us the youngsters to make sure that they are also doing something of listening to us. So thank you so much, Ashish, for having me into your podcast.
Thank you.